Okay, now I have to get to my Capricorns. Let me tell you something. What's up in the dub, Capricorns? Y'all know y'all loved. You know that. And I'll tell you if you didn't know that. But first of all, you gotta have loyalty before you get love. Because I'm gonna tell you something allegedly. Remember this, Capricorn. You have to have loyalty first. Because you got to know if you got a secure home and you can trust that person that they're meant for you. Remember that. If loyalty is broke, Capricorn, they're not going to be able to come back in that home safely because you're going to always be on guard. So then that mess up the love. And then some people don't require love. They get in relationships and married and they're not even happy. They don't even like sleeping with that person, but they do because they love the money and love the paper. They love the baby. They love the bacon, baby. They love to be fed and taken care of, and ain't nothing wrong with that, but just remember, they might not know your intentions, but Most High heard everything you said and what you done. So when you get that, whatever you get behind, trying to be behind somebody, and you hiding how you feel, it don't work anymore. The days are changing. This is the day of karma. So it ain't worth it to keep hiding that. If you tell you can't express your feelings, then what kind of relationship is it? I'm going to get mad at you sometimes. I might not like what you do, but I'm still going to tell you. That's the honesty and that's the loyalty, and that's just what's up in the streets. Now let's talk. Now what's going on with you, Capricorn? First of all, why I was on you so tough? Let's see, allegedly. Now we have here, there's a grief. Somebody could be 29 and they're feeling a grief. Something is making you feel like you're feeling bad. You're not feeling this up to what you used to be. What's going on with this grief, the Capricorn? And what's up with my newcomers? You know you what to do. Y'all all loved and welcome. But remember, loyalty is a big thing with me. Now let's see, what's this grief about? So we got to move on before we lose all the reading. Me talking. So anyway, what's this grief about? Remember this. Grief. Somebody may suffer a grief. What's this grief about? Spirit, what's this grief about? What's this all grief about? Okay, somebody, it's the Knight of Pentacles. It's in grief, because I think it says something about in grief. Somebody is in horrible grief. The Knight of Pentacles right now. They're grieving, and someone here has the Three of Wands here. Someone here just they grieving. They can't. It's hard to bear when you do something and you got to face that stuff head on, because if you can't face it, then what good is it to you, So, it's something about this Knight of Pentacles and this fire sign. This has got something to do with them, let's keep going. So, allegedly. So, something's going on with this, this Knight of Pentacles and this this fire sign. What's going on with this fire sign? It's grief. Why is it grief to you? It's grief because of the Knight of Wands. Because beside all that, something is beside all that. They're like, beside all that. I don't even want to hear it. What's this beside all that? What you talking about, homie? Hold on, homie. What you talking about, homie? Beside all that. What's beside all that? What's going on here? What's going on with you? Beside all that. That's what I'm hearing. Beside all that. Okay, we got here the Empress. Okay, the Lovers. Okay, the Lovers is saying beside all that. And see, it's three little witches, Three of Pentacles that want stitches, because they're trying to give the stitches to the Ten of Wands, but the Ten of Wands said, I got something for you. I got 5 fingers on my left side far as my hands. I got 5 fingers on my right far as my hand, and I got, I'm really equipped to understand that sometimes witches are not always happy, and they always go for the best. So they want to cause a grief for a fire sign. They want this fire sign to cry. They want this fire sign to basically disappear off the planet. But this fire sign got some smoke, baby. I don't care what you do. You this fire sign tougher than a mug, boy. They're like, come on over, let's take it to the grove. We can take it to the scrub house. It don't even matter how low I go, because we can do this, because that's what y'all want. Y'all want to show a show anyway, so this person will go agree for maybe go to jail or do something, lock them up. But it's the fair at this time at certain places, and so it must be the fair zone, because it's clown zone, right? That's what I'm hearing. It's clown zone. That's what I'm hearing. It is clown zone. So let's move to the next one. When it comes to your weekly, it's time for you to learn to surrender. That's the best thing up in there. They saying above, you need to surrender, because the ancestors and the ones that created you need to learn to surrender. Stop being so difficult and making things always about you, and learn to surrender and stop being so voidable, always voiding yourself, voiding your life, voiding what you have to do. It's time to accept the fate of what we do and surrender. It is hard to do, but sometimes you gotta learn. I lose too, and I have to pay the cost. Hey, you got to pay the cost to be the boss. And if you can't take what it takes to be a boss, and you can't take that criticism, or you can't take no grief, you can't take no pain, then you might as well slide on, because this job here requires that you can stand up, do what you do, take care of your pain, and make sure you're straight, Capricorn. You can't get out of line, and you got to learn to surrender to the bull when you know you're wrong, if it's your part. And if it's somebody else, you got to know your opponent. And it's just like playing the video game. We're programmed that way. And sometimes fights and arguments, and it's just stupid to cause somebody grief when you going to get grief your doggone self. Because I'm guarantee you karma going to hurt you. Because when it start hurting you is when you start, if you ain't having children now, you will pay one way or another. And that's allegedly when it comes to people that don't want to surrender to the source. They want the source to surrender to them. You need to be, you're laughing at yourself, because that's what I'm hearing. I want them to surrender. I want your God to surrender. Go down somewhere. We're going over here. Somebody tripping. So it says somebody here is needing, they said they're feeling safe for. See, someone surrendered, and now they feel safe because they know they garden has protection, all of it. You see the sun right there? They are such like wrapped with a baby like cloth. Like if you come over here, you're going to get snapped off, and you're going to have to deal with the homie, which is Most High. And Most High take care of the rest. Most High tough than all of y'all. When it comes to reality, you don't know what's real anymore. You feel like you've been played. Yeah, we've been played, but it's time to wake the F up, because you're going to stay played, or you're going to get in the game and learn how to move around. Because once you learn how to move around on this planet, then you're going to learn that karma gets less for you. That's how I do it. Now let's move on before time run out. Now we also have pleasure. See, someone feeling hot and bothered, right now. Somebody ready to take the coup de cat and do whatever they got to do, because they're pleasure and they want that pleasure. But you got to remember, pleasure also can cost you. You got to control that feeling. It's not the time to get your pleasure if it's sexually, because somebody's going to use that against you right now in the rituals, allegedly. So be careful giving out pleasure, because pleasure is what they want you to do, so they can get their benefits and get their sandwiches and get their basically mansions and stuff off of you, because you're so hot and heavy and you have gifts and you don't even know you have it. You don't know that you're the one that is giving the blessings, and they're just taking and siphoning because you're there. You're convenient and you can't see, and you don't want to awaken. See, someone here mask is that. See, somebody could be on the 18, could be 18. They mask that. They want pleasure. See what I'm saying? And they mask that they do magic. Someone on the 7th, they mask that they do magic. See, someone does magic, and this person here has good, that's what I said, they have good JoJo. Somebody has good JoJo. In other words, someone is magician, someone is powerful, but someone here might be, there's a gay community that the gay community, basically here someone may be gay, and it don't matter. You be what you want to be. It is your choice. But this is who has something to do that had all these people doing rituals on you and trying to gang up and take you down because you got in that mood. So be careful with pleasure, because they're pleasuring themselves in a group so they can allegedly draw off of you. And I'll talk to you later about that. It's called magic, but it's judgment and justice. Like, share, subscribe. I'll be back because I'm not even gonna deal with it.